How long is your program? That's a question that I get asked all the time, and basically my answer to that is, how long do you need it to be? All right, now that might sound like, oh, well, he's just doing whatever it takes to get hired. No, I've been a speaker. I've been doing this for so many years. I have pretty much any kind of time schedule that you have, I have a program that's going to fit that. I guarantee you. Sometimes people ask me to come out, hey, we just want you to speak for 25 minutes. I got that. No, I can put together a fantastic program in 25 minutes. But now then other times, if you can give me 90 minutes, that's much, much better. When you're talking to a speaker and you're asking them, how long is your program? You want the answer to be, well, tell me about your event. How long are you wanting me to speak? And your speaker ought to say this. Somewhere in that question, that speaker ought to say, I want as much time as you can possibly give me. Because if someone then comes back to me and they say, how long is your program? And I say, well, tell me about your event. What do you have in mind? Because I can do pretty much whatever you need. I cater my programs and things to your needs. And that person comes back and they say, well, we were thinking maybe 25 to even, we probably have 45 minutes if you can fill it. I don't know if you can talk that long. If you're talking to a great speaker, they ought to just be jumping at the bit. Okay, 25 minutes, I mean, that's not nearly enough time in a speaker's mind and in our hearts. I mean, I want to spend as much time with them as possible. 45 minutes, the speaker shouldn't even blink at that. I mean, a speaker should have so much stuff that they want to share after years and years and years of doing this, and all that we read constantly. A good speaker should always be reading a book, should always be learning, always sharpening what they know that they can share, should always be living a life that reflects what it is that they get up on stage and share, and they should be constantly having life lessons come to them that they can put into funny stories in a youthful standpoint and relate to those teenagers from the things that they themselves are learning about. I want as much time as you can possibly give me. Now with that said, I also will pretty much arrange what I do around your school schedule or your conference schedule. If your school has 55-minute periods, then we need to make that show not 55 minutes. That show needs to be about 40 minutes because it takes time to get the students in and out of the assembly. And same thing for a conference. But I can do that, and a good speaker ought to be able to do that. And a good speaker ought to be able to show up. They had 55 minutes scheduled, and at the last minute you say, God, we got to cut some time. Can you make it 45 minutes instead? A good speaker should be like, no problem, absolutely, whatever you need. But I've run across speakers before that just totally rattles them because they have a canned message. They have a canned speech. If they were planning on 55 minutes, you give them 45, they freak out because they have to cut stuff. And on the same token, going the other way around, if they were planning on 30 and you say, can you stretch it to 45 minutes? We got some time to fill. They ought to be able to do that. They ought to be like, absolutely, I've got so much stuff to share. But some speakers, if you ever run across a speaker, it's like, oh, I don't know. They do not have enough experience. They don't have enough that they can give, because a 90-minute program, even as long as that is for a lot of schedules, a lot of school schedules and conference schedules, still, that's not enough time to share with them all of the things that I've acquired through my speaking career and my life and everything that I can say to them that just might make that light switch go off. That's just really good quality stuff. But in general, how long is your program? You're going to be running, around 40 minutes to 45 minutes. That's where you're going to start. Although like a 90-minute program is pretty good. You get any more than that and you want to go into a workshop. You get more than 90 minutes, people, I don't care how great the speaker is, people get a little bit agitated, and you get numb down there, and you need to go to the restroom and all that kind of stuff. So you want to keep it around 90 minutes max, and to fit with a school schedule, try to give them as much time as you can. At least 45 minutes is a good session, and it will keep your school still on the same bell schedule and everything.